Oh, hot today. Hello, welcome. Oh, back to Trinity? Trinity. Trinity, not the character from popular sci-fi action thriller The Matrix. No. Not that. Uh the atomic bomb. Trinity. That one. What we're doing. I'm not stalling. I'm I'm ready. I'm very ready. See? See how ready I am? I fixed my camera. It's supposed to be like this, and yeah. I just ate dinner in a rush so I could start my stream. Oh, and after like cooking and eating in this heat, I'm all like, ooh, oh my goodness. But it's okay. Thinking about grabbing a fan and pointing it at myself, but no time, man. There's no time. All right, so what I've determined last time by looking at the hints is that I was probably right in my assessment that I need the radio before before going to the Trinity test site. And since I can only visit these places once, as far as I can tell, that means I need to complete the oh my god, my camera froze. Horrifying. Why did it do that? Huh. That happened. Usually that happens if I like bump it or something, but it's the cable's nowhere near me. Ugh. Well, I guess I gotta reload the save from when we came back from Nagasaki with what did we what did we get out of going there? Oh yeah, we got a shovel. Right, and we can use the shovel to open our own grave or somebody's grave. Who shares our title of Wabe Walker. Uh Walk from your Wabe. Oh yeah, I gotta get the chat up on the screen too. And try to work out a video. My videotape. My videotape. Where the hell? How do I pull up my chat channel? Chat setting. Pop out shot. Where is it? That option. That pop out. There's too many options. Pop out chat. There it is. A bit more svelte. That should do it. That's this stuff right there. Oh, yeah. I can't even measure that because I don't have my webcam. What happened to the webcam? Oh. Plugging it back in. Doesn't fix it. Again. Weird angle. Who cares? But I'll try. It's back. I'm back, baby. All right, cool. All right, so we got our shovel. I ate in a big rush. Some beer will put out that fire. Okay. So, right. Also, plug in my drawing tablet. Light. Setting up the device. Time I plug in a peripheral, Windows is like, oh, we gotta set this up. This is completely new to me. I've never seen this before. Pretty sure that the place I'm trying to go is, yeah, access from the ossuary. Okay. Okay. That's all I needed. All I needed. To the ossuary. Where are we? We're at the moor. We're under cliff. North bog. Waterfall. Yes. Okay. Cemetery. We'll leave the shovel here. Spade. I know they're not exactly the same thing, right? Like a spade is like pointier, I think. But I still think that the game should have recognized shovel as a synonym for spade. Come on. Is that asking too much? I'm gonna type shovel every time. No, I am. Anything else I want to leave behind? Anything else I want to bring? Because I think I left some things behind. Hard to keep track. This is like it's like 100 saves ago because I've been messing around in that other area. I think I will just go. I'm just gonna have to look at the hints anyway, because I never figured out what to do with that Dang old skink. So I could load it up and like mess around there and try to figure it out, but I've done that before. I didn't get anywhere. Let's just pull up the hints. Let's not pretend I'm gonna figure this out. Come on now. I believe this is the Pluto door. Yeah. All right. How do I catch the skink? It avoids light. We know this. We have seen this. I don't see how that's helpful. Do I need the cage for this? I've got the lemming in the cage. Maybe I was supposed to catch the skink first and then the lemming. I don't really understand the purpose of the lemming. See the next hint. It runs into the crevice to avoid light. Yes, it does. Yeah, I did that. I put the splinter in there. Yes. Hmm. It runs away from the lit lantern, but never runs into the bomb room. Okay. Let's figure out, let's see if that's enough to go on. That's most of the hints. Let's see if we can figure it out based just on that. So, but you know what? I gotta point the shadow at the whatchamacallit. Turn brass ring to northwest. Okay. Right. So we'll take the lantern. All right. Ink jumps into the crevice. Put the splintern. What is a splintern? Is that when you hire like a mutant karate teaching rat? Like temporarily at an office job or something? I don't know. I'm reaching here. I'm really reaching for a splintern. Doesn't matter. Put the splintern in the crevice. The screvice. Alright, so we got it in there. Tight fit. Now, so the skink scurries away. So we'll turn on our lantern. Right, so the skink The skink doesn't like the light. And it never runs into the bomb room. Which is this room right here. What if I drop the lantern and then go west? Oh, okay. With no place to hide, the flummoxed skink runs in circles at your feet. I feel like I could have figured that out. Like, I feel like the hints didn't even tell me anything I didn't know towards solving this. I guess they kind of led me in the direction of, like, trapping it between the light sources. Can I just take the skink now? You pick up the skink. Okay, that's 3 points for picking up the skink. The skink squirms violently in your hand. So I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to hold on to it. With a sudden lurch, the skink wiggles out of your grasp and scurries away to the west. So I got to put the skink in the cage. What about the lemming? What about the lemming? What about the lemming? Why? Why the lemming? What is the point of the lemming? It's gotta be something. I'm guessing I need to put the skink in the cage. Skink in the cage. Skink in the cage and the silver spoon. Gotta kill a lizard in the light of the moon. I'm gonna look at the hints and just try to... I just want to confirm. The wicker of the cage is too widely spaced to hold the skink. Oh, interesting. Okay. So that's not it. Because I'm like, I don't want to go back. Because I'm pretty sure if I restore my save... right now... from before I ever went in... like the last save that I loaded to start doing this. I believe I have the lemming in a cage. Take the skink. Put the skink in the bag? You'd probably lose the skink in the crumbs? Lose the skink in the crumbs. Put the skink in my pocket. You put the skink in your pocket. The skink squirms uncomfortably for a moment, then lies still. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Okay, I think the skink is in my pocket. And it's just gonna stay there. Okay. So I guess I can leave now. Take the lantern, because it's my only light source. The skink in your pocket scratches restlessly. But he's not getting out. Oh wait, I need the walkie. You can feel the skink moving in your pocket. Oh, the light went out. So the lantern just dies? The lantern have a very short life? One. Uh-oh. Run! Come on, skink, we gotta go! You slip through the white door. Alright, well. You have a skink and a credit card in your pocket. Never leave home without it. Well, what if I need light now? I don't have my my splinter, my glowing splinter. This lantern is dead. What's more, I still have to still have to figure out how to kill this skink. This poor skink whose life must be sacrificed so that I can make some kind of potion that I don't know what it does. I have to kill it under the light of a crescent moon. And I know where I can find a crescent moon, but I don't know how to kill a lizard there without dying myself. Now, if we look at the hints, yeah, your nice dark pocket. Okay. Where do I kill the skink? Is one of the hints. Pretty sure I'm right about killing it in space. Under the light of the crescent moon. Continue only if you can't find a moon. I think I know where. My light went out. What happened? Battery ran out. You should have conserved your light. You'll need it later. Oh. That happened so fast, though. Like, it did not last long at all. So wherever I need it later, I'm going to have to really... Okay. Okay. Alright, game. Well, that means I need to restore. I need to restore at the moor. Drop the spade. Okay. So we take the lamp. Take the walkie. We'll get the walkie going so that we can have that countdown. And then put the splinter in the crevice. Okay. So, we'll drop the lantern. Turn on the lantern. Okay. Classic. Classic text adventure. I've dropped my lamp, and I can't pick my lamp back up because I can't see my lamp. Now, in real life, you'd be able to just feel around you and be like, oh, yeah, there's a lamp here. But in a text adventure, see, they have to prevent you from just like taking things if you don't have a light source, I guess, right? So. Just muted a mighty belch. Consider yourselves lucky. Or unlucky if you're into that sort of thing. Maybe you like hearing mighty belches. I don't know. Not judging. But I am reloading my save and turning the brass ring. Turn that brass ring to the northwest. Alright. Dorp. That's not a word. Okay. We're here. Trying to minimize. Crazy. I think my typing is really loud right now. Hold on. Trying to get my mic a little bit higher. I don't know. Whatever. We're putting our splinter in the crevice. Okay, skink is going into the east tunnel. Now we turn on the lamp. Drop it. Drop the lamp. Take the skink. Put the skink in my pocket. Now, can I turn off the lantern right now while it's still on the floor? Yes. But I did it again. I screwed myself over. See, I'm just trying to minimize every possible turn. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Allergies make my eyes itchy. Probably allergies. I did it again. I screwed up. I screwed up. I should really be saving more frequently. But I'm like, this time I got it. Okay. Winter and crevice. So I do need to turn on the lamp. Wait, shoot. I should take the walkie. Because that'll cost me a turn with the lamp on. Taking the walkie now. Ugh. I gotta restore again. I am the worst. Okay. I'm just calling this save. Ugh. Just ugh. Okay. Take the lantern. Lantern. West. Take the walkie. Put the splinter in the crevice. Head east. Turn on the lamp. Drop the lamp while it's lit. Head west. Take the skink. Put the skink in my pocket. Go back east. Take the lamp. Turn off the lamp. Hopefully I can turn off the lamp and still head east. Yeah, okay. Turn off the walkie too, just in case. And we're back. We're back. We got the skink, we got the walkie, we got the lamp. And I've got a lizard in my pocket. So, you know, all is well. Oh, why I need the lamp. Tried to go back out, and I'm treated to this message. It's completely dark. Something sharp closes around your throat. It caresses your chin and the nape of your neck, delighting in the living warmth. Then, with a quick, practiced snap, it breaks your neck at the collarbone. Okay, so that's another death. That's death I. Barrow White. The thing finally actually managed to be effective at killing us, harming us in any way. It's the darkness. It's basically the Gru of this game. There we go. Another death. What's this up at 17? Well, that's a lot of death. I can't get my camera to be straight. I guess I should move it a bit so that I'm at least in frame most of the time. Right? Yeah. All right. Cool. So we died again, and I have to reload my save. Luckily, I saved before I started doing this stuff, so just gotta do this again. Take the lamp. Take the walkie. You know, I'm not even gonna bother turning it on. It's fine. I'll get those points later. Put the splinter in the crevice, or it gets the hose again. Take that skink. Put it in my pocket. It puts the lotion on its skink. Speaking of squirming uncomfortably, it's making you think about that movie and the events therein. Probably doing that to you in your chair right now or wherever you're sitting or standing. Anyway, there's a lantern here. I'm gonna take that thing and turn off the lamp. All right, and out the way we came in. All right, we didn't die this time. I don't know if that counted as a turn. And I'm very concerned about this lamp. Oh yeah, the axe is here. Alright. So hopefully we won't need the lamp anymore. Now we gotta figure out how to kill the skink under the light of a crescent moon. Now I know where I can find the light of a crescent moon. The big problem here is it's out in the vacuum of space, and if I go there, I'm not going to be able to get back. I got no plan for how to do that. Is the which door leads there? Is it the one I'm at right now? It might be. Yeah, Earth orbit. Earth orbit. So yeah. All right, so now we can enter this toadstool. Let's just enter the toadstool and die. You're 500 miles above a sea of ice, hurtling in profound silence over the Arctic atmosphere. Layers of crimson and violet describe the curve of the horizon, blending imperceptibly into a black sky crowded with stars. The white door drops away behind you. See? The total lack of air pressure is making you uncomfortable. You watch helplessly as the white door dwindles to a distant speck, vanishing at last between the horns of the rising moon. So the horns, that's the indication that this is a crescent moon. But there's a problem. It seems our blood is beginning to boil, Pat. So I don't know. This skink is maybe gonna just die on its own. I think I don't even have like one whole turn here. Yeah. Like I stop to take the skink out of my pocket, and then I lose consciousness just as my internal organs begin to rupture. So I don't really I don't really know. What if what if it's the soap bubble? It's just crazy enough to work. We'll get in the soap dish. And then we'll wait for the boy to blow us into a soap bubble. There we go. We're in a soap bubble now. Oh, inventory. I go south and then southwest. I'll be at the waterfall. South, southwest. All right, my soap bubble is sagging a bit. Can I enter the toadstool while in a soap bubble? You squeeze the soapy film through the white door. The soapy film around you freezes instantly but remains intact. Oh, so it's frozen now, so it's probably gonna not really be as much of an issue. I don't have to worry about it breaking because it's frozen. But I still have the problem of the white door disappearing between the horns of the rising moon. And the skink squirms in my pocket. Alright, Skinky. Take the skink out of your pocket. Far ahead, a satellite drifts into view. The skink squirms violently in your hand. What do I do? Just like snap its neck? Ugh. The tiny lizard writhes in your grasp and claws at your fingers, its pink mouth gasping for breath. You squeeze harder and harder until your fist trembles with the effort. The skink stops squirming. I don't feel good about it, but we got 3 points for killing that skink. The satellite drifts closer. All right, well, we got to figure out a way to get back. There is this satellite. Satellite drifting past you is about 20 feet long and shaped like a beer can. Drifting away. Um, enter the satellite? Satellite? What a ridiculous concept. I thought so too. The satellite drifts farther back in the direction you just came from. Like I don't see how I could even interact with the thing since I've got this bubble. This frozen soap bubble around me. Just wait it out, see what happens. A red flash draws your eyes to the ground below, where the contrail of a missile is climbing into the stratosphere. I don't remember what happened in the comic book. I guess I could open it up. At least the black and white version. Um, just find it real quick. Where's that satellite? There it is. Oh God. Uh, our scientific know-how helps us to defend the free world behind an orbiting umbrella of high technology. Yeah, it's just Reagan and the Star Wars. Uh, up on the screen here for you. I don't know. I guess is that the beer can? I don't know. This doesn't seem very helpful, though. So I guess we could just continue waiting. I don't know. Are they... What is this missile? The maneuvering thrusters on the distant satellite fire, turning the nose until it faces the ascending missile. Oh, so it's intercepting the missile. The satellite erupts in a savage glare that lights up the ground below. A beam of violet radiation flashes downward, obliterating the distant missile. Unfortunately, you have little time to admire this triumph of engineering before the satellite's blast incinerates you. Alright, so we died again. Incinerated by a defense satellite. Incinerated by someone playing the game Global Defense on their Sega Master System. Oh, one can only assume. I think there's an arcade version of that, but you know, you gotta assume they're playing Sega Master System version because that's the one that I played. That's the only reason. Hmm. Hmm. So what can I do here? What can I even do? I am pleased with myself for figuring out the thing with the soap bubble. We managed to kill the skink. But then how do we not die? Like we can't. We can't move ourselves in the soap bubble still, right? Like we could before. Maybe. Oops. Okay. Like the satellite gets close to us, but I don't see how we could interact with it in any way though. West. You have no means of propulsion. How are we gonna get out of this one? Satellite. The satellite is not helpful. Is anything helpful? I don't have a clue. What could I possibly do here? 20 feet long and shaped like a beer can. Just like me. Hmm. There is that magnetic lump. I never did anything with that. Could I somehow, like, stick myself to the satellite? Would that help in some way? Where did I leave that thing? Probably in the cottage. Yeah. I guess I can leave the walkie here. The lemming in the cage washes its face with its paws. Aw, it's so cute. I can picture it. I can see in my mind how cute it is. Alright, so we'll float in the soap bubble again. Okay. Take the skink. Kill the skink. Everyone avert your eyes while I kill this skink for the third time. You feel the lump of metal tug in your arms. It's pulling you towards the satellite. It's working. I'm using my brain to solve puzzles. I don't know how this is really going to help us, but I guess it beats getting destroyed by the satellite. Maybe the satellite will get close to the white door. I guess we just wait. The lump of metal twists in your arms as the satellite glides past. You find yourself being yanked out of your old trajectory into what is obviously a collision course. Ploop. The soapy film bounces against the satellite. The lump of metal leaps from your grasp and fastens itself to the metal hull, anchoring the film securely. Where no man has gone before, grumbles a voice in your ear. Oh, it's grumbling. It's not even the voice is not even like happy about these puns anymore. Like, where no man has gone before. Are you happy? The satellite's maneuvering thrusters fire briefly to compensate for your added momentum. Okay, cool. Now what? Guess we just continue to wait. The satellite drifts back in the direction you just came from. The white door reappears far ahead of you. Okay. Sorry, I'm playing with flap bracelets. So I'm excited and I'm fidgeting with my hands. There's like nobody around tonight, which I don't mind. And if you're lurking, I don't care. Continue to lurk. But I'm just saying that like I'm actually figuring stuff out and there's no one here to see it. Oh. Guess we continue to wait. A red flash draws your eyes to the ground below, where the contrail of a missile is climbing into the stratosphere. Satellite is heading straight for the white door. Is the satellite going to come through the white door? Or am I going to have to somehow detach myself from it? The maneuvering thrusters on the satellite fire, turning the nose until it faces the ascending missile. The white door is very close now. I'm going to do a save right here. Hopefully it's not too late. Let's just wait and see what happens. Okay. We die again. Despite being attached to the satellite, we still died in the same way, obliterated by the blast. It might be too late. I don't know. Enter the door? You struggle to push yourself away from the satellite, but the soapy film holds you fast. Break the bubble? Soapy film remains intact. Take the lump. You strain against the lump of metal, but to no avail. I read this whole long death paragraph every time. If I had the font a little smaller, probably wouldn't be an issue, but I want to make sure it's nice and readable on the stream. And, you know, for me. Also, I could make the window bigger, but then it wouldn't fit on my stupid overlay. You know, I gotta have my stupid overlay. What can I do? What can I do? Is it too late? I wonder if I need like the axe or something to break the soap bubble. The soapy film remains intact. Alright, we'll take the axe with us this time. So many things we need to do. Alright, we're in a soap bubble. Alright, we're in a frozen soap bubble in Earth orbit. We have to kill the skink yet again. Alright, then we get attached to the satellite. Save over that old save. Satellite's heading straight for the white door. Okay, very close now. Break the bubble with the axe. Sharp edge of the axe strains against the shimmering wall of soap. Bang! The film disappears in an explosion of colorful ice crystals. You're blown violently away from the satellite, straight towards the white door. The plutonium heart of the satellite erupts in a searing glare as you cross the threshold. All right, we made it. The axe came in handy once again. Ooh, boy. All right. I'm going to save right now. So we got it. We got the final ingredient. A dead skink. Dead friggin' lizard. I guess we don't have that metal lump anymore. Still stuck to the satellite, I suppose. Well, the satellite exploded, too, I think. I think that's what happened. I always go the wrong way there. Here we go. Okay. Let's do it. Let's put this skink in the cauldron. The dead skink disappears into the cauldron in a greasy puff of steam. The cauldron begins to bubble and fume more furiously than ever. Steam fills the cottage in a thick, oily cloud, and an ominous rumbling sound begins to rise from the cauldron's depths. Your score just went up by 1 point. Okay. So we are supposed to stand back because it go boom. That's part of the magpie's little story, little recipe. But you know, we gotta see what happens if we don't. The rumble in the cauldron grows to a shuddering roar that shakes the cottage with power. It feels as if something's about to explode. With a deafening blast, the cauldron vomits up a volcano of energy that cremates you instantly. Instant cremation. Oh, nice. All right. Well, that was a thing that happened. Let's not do that. Let's put the skink in the cauldron and get the heck out of here. Is that far enough away? Boom! A powerful concussion sends you sprawling. Your ears ring as you regain your feet. Okay. The description hasn't reflected any change to the cottage. Oh no, the lemming died. Of course it did. All that's left of the book and pedestal is a pile of cinders. What was the point of that? An iron cauldron stands amid the scorched remains of this tiny chamber. The air is filled with a greasy stench that makes your nose wrinkle. Luckily, the front and back doors are both wide open. Why though? Well, why? We probably need that book for something, right? Or the map? Yeah, the map was just gone, right? What happened to the map? And what was the point of that explosion? What did it do? Besides destroy this cottage. Like, seemed like everything we were doing was working up to that. But all it did was go boom. Maybe something happened somewhere. Uh, I think the walkie-talkie will be all right. But we'll save the lemming. Yeah, there's no sign of the map whatsoever. The book is gone. I mean, the book kind of seemed like it was like the parser. So you would think by destroying it, we would have done something serious here. But the game seems to be working. Nothing really seems to have changed. Why did it go boom? What was the point of that? What was it for? Um, I'm at a loss here. Maybe I can find something in the hints to help me understand what point of that even was. Um, what part of the game? Beyond the white door? What's the poigola? A candle won't stay lit. That's a dummy, right? There's no candle. What is the significance of the giant book? Book of records. It records every move you make. Curiouser and curiouser. That's all we get. Um, drink the potion. Uh, drink it? Drink it? How am I gonna Okay. Yeah, I'll drink it. That makes perfect sense. Before it explodes, I guess? Or is it after it? Oh, there's an emerald in here. I don't even, I didn't even look in the cauldron. Why did it tell me to drink it, though? That's all that's in the cauldron is an emerald? Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Here. My bad. I went back in the cottage and actually looked in the cauldron. And there's an emerald in there. That'll go nice with my ruby. This might have something to do with... Like, I need different gems because that diagram on the bookmark. Remember the bookmark and the diagram? Talking about, it looked like different colors. So maybe I need like all the different color gem. Excuse me. I'm still confused. The hints told me to drink the potion. That seems like a terrible idea. But now I want to try it. Drink the liquid. You scald your tongue. So the potion, the recipe made an emerald. which is nice and all. I'm also concerned about the map. I'd like a hint about that. Is there? There's something about the book. Finish brewing it. I guess they're just messing with me, saying I can drink it. How do I milk a brew? I have a dead animal in the cage. Yep, that did happen. What about the map looking thing in the cottage? Is that not important? Is that also just like a little wink wink like the book? Hmm. I mean, am I prepared? I guess. I guess I'm prepared now. I guess I have everything I need to continue. Go back to the Trinity test site. Uh, hopefully I don't need the axe. It's come in very handy thus far, but probably won't need the lantern. Hmm. Because the lantern probably doesn't have a lot of turns left in it. A lot of battery power, I should say. A lot of lanterns. Eh. Uh. Oh, whatever. Let's go. We need to set all this up too. We need to turn the brass ring to the southeast. 7th symbol. Believe the 7th symbol is the correct one. Confirming real quick. Yeah. And then I need to get the clothes so that I can cross the river. Open the crypt with the spade. Alright, so there's the corpse. We got the boots, the shroud. I just take all. The broken lid is much too big. You struggle briefly with the corpse, but it's just too awkward. Just awkward trying to pick up a corpse. Alright, I can't carry any of this stuff. Alright, we'll take the shroud. We'll wear it. We'll wear the boots. I guess we need those too. And the bandage. Alright. Can I wear the bandage? Yeah. Will I need the spade? What do I need to bring with me? Can I even take the spade? No. My load is too heavy. Oh well. Alright, we're close to the river's edge. I'm gonna save here. Back to Trinity. And there we go. Enter the vessel. Give coin. A silver coin. Not the 20 pence piece or whatever it is. To oarsman. Oarsman. There we go. Hard to type for some reason. Alright, once more. The oarsman accepts the silver coin and nods at you solemnly. The last of the shades seats itself in the crowded dory. The oarsman pushes away from the beach. Planes of mist close in around the dory, drawing it deeper into the gloom. The only sound is the rhythmic slurp of the oar as it plies the dark, oily water. A vague outline emerges beyond the helm. It slowly resolves into a spit of sand, damp and cheerless in the surrounding murk. The oarsman swings the dory around and lands it with barely a jolt. One by one, the shades slink out of the vessel and drift across the sand like leaves on a breath of wind. Something in the oarsman's gaze compels you to follow them. All right, we're back at the sandbar. And yeah, this is where we meet the Roadrunner again. We're on that little islet. And there's a toadstool. We got Noman as an island, of course. And there's there's the Roadrunner. It's got the ruby in its beak. All right. Here we go. How did the Roadrunner climb down the ladder? Have I ever noticed this dark light bulb hanging from the ceiling? Turn on light. You pull the chain and the bulb begins to glow. Can I see anything different now? That light is on? Filling the shadows with a sullen glow. Uh, all right. Look at this diagram again. Oh my gosh, it's a raid. When did this happen? I hope it hasn't been too long. Hello, thank you for the raid, Risu. Going on? How was Demon Souls? I lurked for a bit, but I'm still hanging on to that vague hope that one day, maybe I'll go back and finish it on my own. It looked like you were pretty late in the game. It was kind of nice to see Demon Souls again, though. I should probably just admit to myself that I'm never going to finish Demon Souls. I think if I don't even know if I will finish the Dark Souls DLC. Maybe one day it'll happen. I feel like I should play like Elden Ring because I think I would really enjoy that. If I play any more Souls games, that should be the next one I tackle. Just in case I don't really even get a chance to play any others, I should play that one. Switched to Neo 2 and got your butt kicked a lot. Oh, if you know what to do, you can go get overpowered stuff. I feel like that's a pretty common thing, especially in like Souls games, right? Like first time through, it's like just figuring everything out, but then you're like, oh, wait a minute, I could go straight to this place and get that thing. That's a common thing in RPGs, right? Like you play it again, you kind of do the speed run. All right. Hmm. You know, I don't know. This is. I found an emerald. I completed the potion that was brewing away in that cauldron. But all I got out of it was an emerald. And so I thought, well, the ruby's red. And I was looking at this diagram and thinking that these were colors. But the emeralds are green. So I don't. Right, yeah. That feeling of exploration and everything is new and you're just finding it. Oh, this is cool. That little thrill of like opening up a new area finally. But yeah, I'm back. I'm back here. Back to not knowing what the heck I'm doing. But I did solve some puzzles on my own. I looked some things up, but I figured out how to kill the skink under the light of the crescent moon. Yeah, enjoy your lurk and your food. Thanks again for the raid. I'd give you a shout out, but I don't think there's anyone else here besides you and any raiders who came in with you. But that's okay though. Everybody knows Risu. I didn't know Risu streamed until recently. Risu streams, FYI, public service announcement. Right, there's the ruby. The Roadrunner just gives it to us. Of course, I can't carry it because I've got this lemming. I'm wondering if the lemming is going to somehow be the solution to the snake? I don't know. But I do know that I brought the radio with me this time. I'll be able to do this. There we go. 34. Dial. Oh. I can't take the wallet. Out. Slider. There we go. Okay. 0 minus 10 minutes. There we go. Now we know how much time we have. Which is good. So yeah, as we're walking along, see how much time is ticking down? Wait, for a moment, the talkie's music is crystal clear. There's music? Then the strings break up into distortion. I guess there's music. 0 minus 9 minutes. Oscillograph check, squeaks the talkie. 0 minus 8 minutes. Able to Baker. We got a breeze blowing right in our face. Is TR4 sleeping down there? Worse than that. 0 minus 7 minutes. Faint strains of music swim in and out of the static. 0 minus 6 minutes. Taki mutters, it'll never work. Oh. And now we're back on the paved road. Yeah, so that cost us 5 whole minutes just walking down the road. 0 minus 5 minutes. Personnel, prepare to assume safe positions. The walkie-talkie emits a short blast of distortion. It sounded like a siren. So the glare, the rocket means 5 minutes. He didn't stream until recently. That's why nobody knew. Yes. Nobody knew because it wasn't yet true. I. It seems like it's not even a good idea to go and get the walkie. Because I use up so much time doing that. I don't know. Alright, I need a break. I've been at this for a while now. I need a little break. I will be back shortly. Alright, whatever. That's long enough. I should probably take a little more of a break, but... I kind of feel like I should just start over this section. I don't know. I guess I should grab water, since I've just about killed this beer. There. Now I'll grab some water. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's let this play out. See what else is said on the radio. Kind of want to see if there's anything, if I had taken less moves, I'd hear a little bit more of the conversation, but... just, let's just head back. Let's just keep heading back. Baker, can you get a medic on a secure line? 0-4 minutes. You wince as the music's pitch wavers uncertainly. 0-3 minutes. Who's taking care of the wax in Fubar, Baker? General laughter. 90 seconds to auto sequencer. Mark. 0-2 minutes. All personnel whose duties do not specifically require otherwise will now assume a prone position, with face and eyes directed away from 0. A siren wails through the walkie-talkie. Another flare arcs across the sky, sputters prematurely and blinks out. Auto sequencer in 60. Roger. 60 seconds. 45 seconds to auto sequencer. The music on the walkie-talkie distorts badly. 30 seconds to auto sequencer. 0-1 minute. Sequencer will assume control in 15 seconds. A third flare arcs across the sky and disappears. 0-45 seconds. Commence auto sequence. We copy, Baker. Sequencer affirmative. Good luck. 0-30 seconds. All personnel should face away from 0 at this time. 0-15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11. 0-10 seconds. 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. You hear a loud clunk at the word 1. And the rest of this we've seen before. All at once, the distant tower disappears in a flash of startling brilliance. You jam your hands over your eyes in the awful glare. Never see the fireball closing in at many times the speed of sound, and never feel the stellar heat that annihilates much of the state of New Mexico. So I don't really feel like we got much of anything at all out of that walkie-talkie. Our boots are the colors of a red and of a ruby and an emerald. The boot is exceedingly well made and colored bright green. Small recess is visible at the toe's tip. Put the emerald in the green boot. You press the emerald into the toe of the green boot. As you watch, the green leather closes around the jewel and absorbs like a melting wax. A shudder of ecstasy ripples up and down the length of the boot. It begins to glow with raw energy, brighter and brighter, until you shield your eyes from the glare. When you peek again, a tiny pair of wings has sprouted out of the heel. Okay, we got 1 point for that. I guess that's going to speed us up? It just suddenly occurred to me, like I was thinking about these emeralds and I was thinking like, am I supposed to bring them into the Trinity test site or like there's somewhere else I can use them? And I'm just like, wait a minute, the boots. Okay. Awesome. So I guess I do that to the other one with the ruby. Um, cool. Anyway. That means we just missed the... Can we can... Oh, I don't have to wait. Okay. I'll do that later. Okay. I guess I'll do it now. Put the emerald in the green boot. Enter the toadstool. Do a save right now. Alright, so I gotta wait for these people to leave. Okay, headlights. Now we can go. Take the ruby. Put the ruby in the red boot. You press the ruby into the toe of the red boot. Yeah, same description. And now we've got wings on both of our boots. So I guess that means we are faster? I mean, that's what I'm assuming what that means. I guess we can find out. We can go back to the, you put one boot forward. Whoosh! The desert streaks past in a dizzy rush of color. Yes. The boots are tingling with energy. Whoosh. Whoosh. All right, 57. So we'll set our walkie to 57. Raise the antenna. And can I take the wallet now? Do I have space? Yes. Okay. Roger. Displacement report. Is that the only thing in the wallet was that snapshot? Looks like the bubble boy. Like, I don't think we got any points for that, right? Not sure what the point of it is. Walkie-talkie crackles for a moment. HE secured. HE. We could potentially finish our map now. Because there were some areas here that we weren't even able to get to because we ran out of time. But now we're super fast. Yeah, like this location. So we'll go back to northwest of Tower. More walkie-talkie chatter. Baker, get calibration on the horn. All right, so now we can go southwest. Excuse me. Back to the crossroads. And then paved road. So another paved road. SCR 299 checks. Able. All right, so where does this road lead? What's north of here? Oh, another paved road. A paved road, straight and level, bears in a north-south line across the desert. All right, well, time to get back to mapping. I know you all missed it. Where's my electronic pen? Here it is. So, in a shocking twist, north of the paved road is the paved road. Not added a map room. All stream. Still no. And it also goes north to south of Tower. Makes sense. South of tower. So there's base of tower. Okay. So let's move this stuff. Hmm. Beautiful. All right, so south of tower. Good to know how all these things connect. No, we're kind of just wandering around, wasting time. At least now we're super fast. So we don't need to worry about dying from running out of time as much as we did before. All right, going back to the paved road that also wanders off to the southeast. Dirt trail. The walkie-talkie hisses, exact velocity is 2 Baker. Repeat, 2 Baker. All right, let's find out what's to the southeast. A lone road wanders northwest across the empty desert. You know what I just noticed? The Roadrunner can't keep up. The lemming in the cage sniffs the air inquisitively. So that's just a dead end. Well, I'm glad I went through all that trouble. Save dessert for last. Huh? Get it? Oh, here we go. Here's something. Oh, sorry. We go back northwest and then south. We end up at behind the shed. Oh, well, you run for cover at the sound of a nearby voice. That's why we're behind the shed. We're hiding. You're hiding behind a small storage shed. Peeking around the corner, you see a large, earth-covered shelter immediately to the northeast. Several jeeps, manned by nervous GIs, are parked around the shelter's open entrance. Muted voices and crackling radios can be heard inside the shelter. A pear-shaped man appears at the shelter's entrance. He strides up to one of the jeeps and taps the young driver on the shoulder. General Groves, soldier. Take me to base camp. That's why they were saying Groves. He's a general. Ill-disguised relief passes over the GI's face as the pear man clambers into the back seat. You duck behind the shed as the jeep roars past and watch as it disappears, rather hastily, down the south road. Right. Things have happened. We found a new place. Storage shed. And there's a shelter here. Muted voices and crackling radios can be heard inside the shelter. We've got confirmation from Carazozo. I'm going to add behind the shed to my map. Seems kind of exhausting in a way. I don't think it's a good idea to try to enter the shelter. The square shelter is built of heavy timber, covered with a thick layer of earth on the north side. Bright light spills across the desert from the open south entrance. Hey, the Roadrunner caught up to us. I guess we could try. You start to move towards the shelter, but hesitate when you notice one of the GIs fingering a rifle. You want to continue anyway. Well, I did just save. You march confidently away from the safety of the shed. The GI with the rifle leaps out of his jeep. What? Who the hell is that? Within moments, you're surrounded by a dozen MPs, armed and trigger happy. They answer your polite explanations with curt accusations. It's this scene again. Yep. That's what I figured would happen, but I wanted to see it. Okay. Shelter. Let's examine the shelter. The square shelter is built out of... Oh no. Not the shelter, the shed. Baker, to all units, are we all in on this? Maybe I'm just supposed to be eavesdropping here. The south is the entrance to the shelter. Oh. Sorry. No. I want to look at the shed. It's a nondescript metal structure, just large enough to hide behind. The Roadrunner looks up at you inquisitively. Abel to Baker. Us cowboys been waiting all night. Roger, Abel. Now, am I hearing this on my radio, or is this coming from inside the shelter? Is there anything in the shed? I guess not. Everything is go at Forbes Field. Roger. A pop of static. Time, gentlemen. The shelter appears to be crowded with men and equipment, but you can't see much detail from where you're standing. Roadrunner emits a brief squawk. The walkie-talkie emits a burst of interference, followed by faint strains of music. It's the Star-Spangled Banner. A lone voice speaks, half buried in the melody. It is now 0-20 minutes. Okay. Um, Not sure what the purpose of this was. I mean, if I wait, eventually maybe I can enter the shelter? I guess not. I don't know. This kind of seems pointless. Uh, Like I don't really know what they're talking about. Are we all in on this? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I feel like I should restore from like before I even came over here. I don't know. I'll just restore from here and just leave. Yeah, this is it's on the walkie anyway. All right. I want to get back to the ranch. Oh, a shallow crater. You're standing at the edge of a shallow depression in the desert floor, a few hundred feet across. The ground within is gray and pulverized as if by a powerful explosion. A paved road leads southeast into the desert and northwest towards the tower. Right now it's 0 minus 20 minutes. So south of tower is shallow crater. Oh, shallow crater was already on my map. All right. Well, it's going to be an awkwardly thick line because I'm not using my drawing tablet, but I set it aside so I could type more easily, and I don't feel like getting it out just to draw one line. We're just going to have this awkwardly thick line due to the lack of pressure sensitivity. And that's just how it's going to be. All right, so back in the ranch house. Let's see. Here, we can get that knife. I want to see if we can get past that snake. Maybe we can distract it with the lemming or something. The phrase gas for the generator emerges from a background of hiss. Gas for the generator. Is that useful to me in some way? Where are we? Northwest room? Okay, so assembly room is east. That's where the snake is. There we go. There's the snake. try opening the cage. The lemming cowers in the cage, trembling violently. Oh no, we got bit by the snake again. And then the lemming just ran away. I still don't know how to deal with this snake. Thought maybe the snake would try to eat the lemming. I suppose that still could be a thing. Okay, I need to open it sooner. Scurries off to the north. So it's not just disappearing. The lemming is like around. Where'd it go? Does the lemming always go in a certain direction? Is it gone? Can we nix that? Plains the talkie as romantic strings fade in and out. Maybe the lemming ran off to the room with the snake. No, it doesn't look like it. Murray's out of sight. Hold on. Kitchen. Can't take the knife. I got too much stuff. Seems like when we're actually in the house, the lemming doesn't just disappear. You think you were getting a little hangry? Yeah. I know what that's like. I'm always getting hangry at work. Rough. Hmm. All right. So now, what if I let the lemming out now? The lemming scrambles out of the cage and races to the north exit. It skids to a stop at the threshold, flips over, and nudges open the front door. Then it scurries out of sight. It went out the front door? Damn lemming opened the door? What if I open the cage from here? The lemming scrambles out of the cage and scurries off to the north where you hear a faint creak. Did it open the green door? Yeah, I guess it did. So the lemming is always looking for ways to escape. I think I'm onto something here with this lemming. Oh shoot. This is not where I want to be. This was a bad idea. What if I open the cage here? Lemming scrambles out of the cage and nudges open the screen door. Then it scurries out of sight. Haven't played Lemmings in a long time. Yeah, me too. Lemmings was probably like one of the first PC games I ever played. I remember playing it in some computer class I had at school. In like middle school. Although maybe by then I had been to my friend's house who had a computer. But I think I only really just watched him play games on it. It was his dad's computer, and he showed me Wolfenstein 3D, and he was like, "Don't tell my parents, because I'm not supposed to play this." Alright, what if I open the lemming cage in the bedroom? Lemming scrambles out of the cage and nudges open the outside door, then it scurries out of sight. Yeah, the lemming is always finding a way to escape. Is there some way I can prevent it from getting out? Can I lock any of these doors? Game, please. Your hand won't lock the outside door. My hand? Hold on. When I open the cage in here, races to the north exit, skids to a stop at the threshold, flips over and nudges open the front door. Yeah, I can't lock it though. Hmm. Hmm. Oh gosh. Fleming is always finding a way to escape. I'm just trying to feed it to a snake. Is that so wrong? What happens if I open the cage here? I'm just curious. Yeah, it just disappears because I guess technically I'm outside. What about in the ice house? You know, it just disappears. There's got to be something to this because it doesn't just disappear. It has to escape. But I don't see how I could prevent it from doing that. Give the cage to the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner gives you a sour look. It obviously couldn't hold the birdcage in its beak. I guess the Roadrunner, I could potentially give it something. Exactly what, I do not know. Hmm. Alright, how about a hint? I've been playing this game for a while. I'm still enjoying it, but I am also ready to move on. At some point. Eventually. So I'm not going to be too precious about taking hints. So let's see. Let's see. Is this alpha? Wooden box. What do I do in the shallow crater? The crater is included only for the sake of historical accuracy. It marks the place where the Trinity scientists conducted a test explosion of 100 tons of TNT on May 7, 1945. The test was used to calibrate their instruments and develop safety procedures for the full-scale test on July 16th. Fascinating. I had a feeling there wasn't anything actually to that. I got bitten by a snake. What do I do now? First aid won't work in time. Restore or reload your game, loser. How can I search the assembly room without getting bitten by the snake? Get rid of the snake first, otherwise you can't. It's hungry and would rather bite food than you. Find it something to eat, like a lemming. It will eat the lemming. The hard part is feeding the lemming to the snake. I noticed. Lemming won't leave the cage if it can see the snake. The lemming won't run towards the snake if it doesn't have to. Put yourself in a position where a freed lemming will have to try to escape by running past the snake. See, that's, yeah, yes, but I don't, doesn't really seem like there is any such position. Did you notice the open closet in the assembly room? I was a bit distracted by the snake. Let's read the assembly room description again. Whoever used this room was paranoid about dirt. The floor is swept spotless and the edges of both windows are carefully sealed with tape. The closed front door leads east and there's an open closet door in the north wall. Other exits lead south and west. A workbench covered with loose sheets of paper runs along the north wall. See bits of wire and other debris scattered across the paper. Okay. Yeah, closet in the north wall. I'm gonna get bit if I try to leave, right? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, alright. So that's kind of, I guess I could have tried this. I didn't realize that I think I have at some point run away, left, but I don't think I ever tried running into the closet. There's barely enough room to turn around in this puny closet. Its single open door is in the south wall. Maybe I have been in here long ago. The rattlesnake lurks just outside the open door. It looks as if it's about to strike. And I just kind of dismissed it because it seemed like a dead end. Okay. Open the cage. You open the bird cage. The lemon cowers in the cage, trembling violently. The rattlesnake strikes your ankle like lightning, recoils in an instant, and slithers out of sight. Sobbing with pain and shock, you peer at the tender wound. It's already beginning to swell. The lemming scrambles out of the cage and plops to the floor. Then it scrambles through the open closet door, straight into the fangs of the rattlesnake. The lemming twitches for a while as the venom takes effect. Then the snake drags its prize across the floor, shakes its tail once for effect, and slithers out of sight. We got 3 points, but we got bit by the stupid rattlesnake. So your idea sucks. Hint book. Oh, close the door. Okay. I guess I should have tried more things before I went right back to the hints. But I looked at the last one. They didn't say like, well, still get bit by the snake. Well, Have you thought about maybe doing something to stop that when you're in the closet? I don't know. I guess they could have had one more hint. It's my fault for looking at the hints. I'm being hasty and impatient. All right, close the closet door. Now it's completely dark. Oh, but I can still open the cage. I don't need light to do that, but I need light to find a lantern on the floor right next to me. Whatever game. Okay, you hear the lemming scramble out of the cage and plop to the floor. All right. So, lemming gets eaten by the rattlesnake. We sacrifice yet another small creature to save ourselves. But at least now we can explore the assembly room at our leisure. Let's look at the workbench. The walkie makes it sound like indigestion. Exploring time. The workbench is covered with sheets of brown paper. On it, you see bits of wire and other debris. There's better be something good here. The brown paper completely covers the workbench. Mm-hmm. Read paper? How can you read a brown paper? I guess it's just... X debris. You sift through the debris on the workbench, but find nothing unusual. Mm-hmm. Open workbench? You couldn't possibly open a workbench. Take the paper? As you lift the edge of the paper, a screwdriver rolls out from underneath and lands on your foot. Ouch. Okay, we got a screwdriver. That's what we needed to access that panel. Uh... Guess that's it for this room. Baker to Pittsburgh. Did Ford Charlie get that radio sonde? Radio sonde? What is it? Up yet? Negative, Baker. Will advise. Radio sonde? Look it up. Do an internet search. Radio sonde. The radio sonde is a small instrument package that is suspended below a balloon filled with either hydrogen or helium. Huh. Thanks, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Now we know. I should probably try to get those binoculars. Right? There's probably some reason for those existing. So let's go back to the reservoir. Wait, did I miss something? 0 minus 14 minutes. You hear a hearty guffaw on the talkie. Never get that one past CIC. Get what one? Maybe I'm missing part of the conversation. I don't know what the CIC is either. Wait, foothills? Where the heck did I go? A range of foothills slopes up to meet the mountains in the east. I'm just going to restore from after I destroyed the snake. Well, fed the snake, I should say. Take the paper. But the real prize is the screwdriver. Southeast and then northeast, yeah. And then up here, that's where we get the binoculars. Put all this stuff down first, so it doesn't end up in the reservoir. Because I know how this goes. The thing falls over, we end up in the reservoir. Oh, but I can't see. Does that lantern work underwater? Oh, I guess I still wouldn't be able to see. I'd have to turn on the lantern first. This is silly. Silly. I wasn't even reading that. I don't have my lamp. But did I leave it behind? Yeah, I left it behind. I don't even... Do I need the damn lamp? Because all the stuff ends up in the water, right? I left the lamp behind. Because it seemed like I wouldn't need it anymore. But I guess I do. I'm looking at the hints. I'm on confirmation. You'll need a light. Don't carry the unlit lantern with you when you fall into the reservoir. Turn on the lantern just before you try to get the binoculars on the window. Oh my god. I was supposed to bring the stupid lantern for one more stinking stinky stink. Where did I even leave the lantern? Okay, I have it here. I had it with me when I went to space. Alright, okay, I do have a few turns before it goes out. I'm getting frustrated though. I'm like, I don't. Oh, hey, Ash. Lurking on the path to sleep? Yeah. Well, thanks for saying hi. I hope I helped you on that path to sleep by being very boring. That's the service I try to provide here. Yeah, it's uh-oh. Dropping a lot of frames. These games can certainly be frustrating. Stretching my hands. They've been kind of hurting me for a few days now. Uh, Probably a combination of beating them up at work, but also playing Chrono Trigger when I'm not at work. Or playing Chrono Trigger. I've never beaten it. I've started it a couple times and never beat it. And I've decided it's time that I finally beat Chrono Trigger. And I've been playing it quite a bit. Not so much, not a crazy amount that would make average person's hands hurt, but tends to happen to me anyway. And I move boxes around for a living. It's getting hot in here. All right, well, yeah, I need a minute. I need a minute. Total Piano Recall does some great renditions of chrono music. Oh, okay. I think it was in Shrimpy's Discord. Somebody posted some Chrono Trigger medley by like a mandolin orchestra. And yeah, I really like the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. And hearing that made me want to play Chrono Trigger. And since I just finally finished up Final Fantasy V, there's a mouthful for you. I decided, hey, you know what? Why not? Chrono Trigger. That'll be my next game that I play on the bus to and from work. But I've been playing it at home too, because I'm just like sick. It's a bit cooler outside. I'm gonna open some windows. Yeah, I was triggered. I was chrono triggered. I opened my windows and turned on my dehumidifier. Ah, I'm kind of feeling frustrated by this game a little bit right now. Because it's like yet another thing that I have to restart. It's hard with these old games. Like this is really good. It's really good stuff. It's really neat and interesting and like philosophical and all that. But it's also frustrating because it's like it's an old game and they didn't bother to, maybe they did it on purpose. Make sure you get as much time as possible. They want to make sure you feel like your money was well spent. So they want to make sure it takes like months to finish the game. So they're like, oh, well, we'll put in all kinds of like Walking Dead situations. I don't know. I don't know if they did it on purpose or if it's just like they just didn't really think about that stuff. Like, into the 90s, I guess, was around when they started saying like, yeah, you know what, maybe we should make it so that you can't just end up in a dead end with our game. Well, uh, I'm gonna finish this game later. This game is frustrating me. Um, Maybe before I go though, I'll play a little piano. I would play like another game like Jazz Jackrabbit like I was playing last week. But yeah, again, my hands have been kind of hurting me. And I need them to work in order to play Chrono Trigger. Damn you hands, you gotta just get through this one more game, Chrono Trigger. And then I'm out. Not out. But I'm gonna see if I can play a little piano. Piano seems to be easier on my hands for whatever reason than typing, playing a game like piano. Not a problem. I don't know why. I mean, it's can be somewhat of a problem. Yeah, I got to take care of the hands, but I got to do the things that I like to do. Sorry, I turned down my mic so it wouldn't pick up on the piano. I'm gonna try and play some Chrono Trigger music. Now it's been a while. I've played Chrono Trigger music. I got to make sure I'm real close to the mic, but I I'm gonna make an attempt here. Where's Chrono Trigger? There we go. Chrono Trigger 254. Page 254. Why is it? The piano seems really quiet right now. Oh, do I even have? It's not plugged in. It was picking up on the mic a little bit, so it seemed like it was working, but yeah, no. It seems to be working now. All right, let's see. We got battle 1. I'll try it. Yeah, that's all right. Chrono Trigger from Chrono Trigger. Oops. Yeah, that one gets tricky. Oh, it's Waldo. That's what that is. Hi, Matt. Welcome, Matt McGrath. You missed it. Yeah, I got kind of I was kind of done playing Trinity at a certain point because I had to restart the Trinity test site section for like the third time. Because I realized I didn't bring the lantern with me. I'm steadily making progress though. I'm getting through it. But I had another point where I had to like redo a bunch of stuff, and I was just like, you know what? Not today. I gotta be getting close to the end of it, but am I tipsy? No. No, I had one beer. But I don't think I really got tipsy. Maybe I should have another beer. I'm gonna attempt to play Corridors of Time. I messed up. There's no recovering from that. One beer is enough for me. Yeah, me too, usually. But this is not a very strong beer. Yeah, so what happened was, like last time I realized I had to go back and get like the radio, which meant I had to do the whole section with the lizard first. So I did that. I figured that out. Um, and I figured out some stuff with the lizard. I had to look up some hints, but like I figured out on my own the whole section in space where you have to kill the lizard. I figured out how to do all that on my own, I think. And then I finished the potion and I got that emerald. And I went back to the Trinity, the test site, and yeah, I did figure out what the emerald and the ruby do and how to use them. And I got past the snake with generous help from the hint book. But then I realized I needed the lamp in order to get the binoculars, which I don't even know why I need them, but I'm sure I do. What's your request? Maniac Mansion piano theme. You got it. You got it. Right after I explode. All right, Maniac Mansion. I'll do it right now. Right now. I'm going to butcher it, though. I'll tell you that right now. I know it's in here. I know I've tried to play it before. All right. Yeah, Dave's theme, right? I don't remember this part of it at all. Sorry. Yeah, this part all the triplets. Triplets? Have I had am I tipsy? I only kind of sort of remember how it goes too. This triplet part is supposed to be a lot faster, I think. Yeah, I would need I would need to work on this one. It's true. I do absorb a lot of liquid. I'm going to make a mental note to work on my Maniac Mansion NES theme. But I tend to be pretty flighty when it comes to these things, so I might forget. I'm trying to get back to Chrono Trigger. Where the heck are they? Cuphead. No. No, thank you. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I was thinking about that game recently. Just the fact that it exists is weird. Oh my god. What the heck just happened? Oh, okay. My screen went all white and I was like, what the hell? But it turns out there's just like a white page in this PDF for some reason. Secret of the Forest is a good one, but it's in G flat. Zelda jammies again. I'm pretty much gonna be wearing my Zelda jammies anytime I'm playing piano on stream. These are my Saturday night pants. I'm not putting on real pants on a Saturday. Pisces? Wait, I missed the context of that. Alright, well, the one I always gotta play from Chrono Trigger is Robo's theme. Just kidding. It's not that one. Oh, Peaceful Days. I recognize this. I don't think I've ever tried to play this, but I recognize it just by looking at it. Wait, what? Why are there two of them? Oh, is it? That was the easy key? This is the real key? Yeah, it is a little bit tricky to read in B. I mean, not so much. Usually B is not so bad, but it does get confusing with like the A sharp. I don't know. A sharp is weird. I want it to be B flat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Morning sunlight. Hmm. Here it is. Guardia Millennial Fair. This is the one. This is the one that's just super nostalgic for me. You put on real pants to go buy food? Big mistake. No, actually, that's a good idea. Because you don't want to get your jammies dirty from the outside world. Ha! Ha. I am a millennial. That's why I like the millennial fare. Although I didn't play this game back in like 1995. I played it a few years later, like 4 or 5 years after it came out. So I didn't get that, maybe quite the same core memory of it, you know? You know? Anyway, here's Frog's theme in the wrong key. Because, yeah. Oh, I'm playing it way too slow. That's the problem. Yeah. There it is. I gotta play the second part before it like clicks. I don't know why. Looks like I'm once again dropping frames. Oh, that's so nice. See, I didn't have a Super Nintendo. I was a Sega kid. I mean, I had NES, but then I moved on to Sega, and I thought that like Sega was the Genesis was the cool console for the cool kids. But I did miss out on all the great Super Nintendo RPGs. I didn't even know what a RPG was. But now I do. I was like, a role playing game? But don't you play a role in pretty much every game? Like in the Mario game, you play the role of Mario. Come on. What are you talking about? All right, I'm gonna finish up here. I'm just looking for something random to just play myself off. That sounds wrong. I apologize. Boy. I could, excuse me. Where's the Final Fantasy stuff? I know all that pretty well. I mean, not all of that. I know some of it pretty well. But yeah, this is the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching.